And second of all, you don't forget the people who helped you, boost you up, and to help you continue whatever you're doing along the way. So I wanted to make sure that I came by. I know that there was some question of whether or not the chief was going to come. One of the things I asked Mr. Renshaw, do you want me to talk about crime? I know a little bit about that, or did you want me to talk about zoning? And I consulted with the director, Ms. Sara Bardin, sitting to my left, and said, well, I've committed myself to something, and I know I can't talk about any particular cases or any subject matter, but what can I talk about? And she came up with process. So what I'd like to do at this time, if you have process questions as we go along, I will be an answer. But I'll just tell you up front, if you start talking about cases, I'm going to exit the room. So that's the rule.
But here's the suggestions. I wonder whether, just like the People's Council has this fund, to represent the citizens, why can't there be a counterweight funded by DC taxpayers to have the equivalent of a People's Council, but to help us pay for expert witnesses for citizens, and to help us pay for perhaps a survey of, you always hear testimony from a few witnesses from the citizens who live near the project saying, I love it, I hate it. And you're probably sitting up there saying, I don't know, what's really happening here? Well, I know in the case I worked on, we personally did a survey. We walked around, it took forever because we're, on weekends, ringing doorbells, getting people's views, having the petition signed. Very time consuming. But I wonder if it would help you to have some organization or a neutral party that does a survey that finds about the people who live in the affected area. So those are two sort of related suggestions. So I'm going to, again, encapsulate something like a People's Council for the zoning, for the residents, and similarly, something to help survey so you'll have a better understanding. When you hear me speak, you'll know whether I represent just myself or 10 people, or whether I'm really the voice of the community. Because I know you must have a problem with
that. Perhaps you may want to bring that up in front of the City Council at our oversight hearing, because it would have to come through the budget process in order for any of that to happen.
Does that sound something that you'd like to see happen?
It would be something I'd be interested in seeing if there's some support for, yes.
The position that we're in, we can't advocate the citizens. I mean, that's how everything's done in the city. The citizens who are not involved, because it'd be a conflict for me to say what I would like to see. But if the citizens in this city think it's great, it's fine with me. If they don't think it's great, it's fine with me right now. But when I come off the commission, I have an answer for you. Let's go.